Lately I've been playing Timespinner on my Switch, and I can describe it entirely by showing you this footage. Yes, at first glance this is just a straight up clone of Symphony of the Night. I mean, to be fair, pretty much any Metroidvania is going to feel similar to Symphony because that's just what happens when you have a game that basically defines an entire subgenre. Anything that comes after it is going to feel derivative in some way, but I swear there are moments where you could tell someone this is just like a ROM hack of Symphony of the Night and they'd probably believe you. I mean, look at this hallway. That looks so close. I actually thought they like ripped off the texture from Symphony of the Night. It's uncanny. I'm not the only one who sees it, right? That's not to say the game doesn't have its own merits. It's just really hard to ignore how much they borrowed from Symphony, right down to the pause menu. Like, wow, they weren't even trying to hide that. There's wearing your inspiration on your sleeve, and then there's fashioning your sleeve out of your inspirations box art, I guess. But then again, it's not a dig against the game, because it is a solid Metroidvania. This is coming from someone who isn't really big on Metroidvania, so take that as you will. I got this because the animation and pixel art just look really nice, which, I mean, you can see how good it looks, so I probably don't have to tell you. It was even funded through Kickstarter, if that wasn't a given already. Also, I shouldn't have to tell you how it plays, since I could just say it's a Metroidvania and save both of us a lot of time. You got platforming, you got exploration, you have RPG elements, you got customizable weapon loadouts, the works. The weapons in this game take the form of these weird like spinny orbs going around your character, and they have a number that just do all sorts of different things. Basic attacks, metal hammers, swords. I got one with lightning bolts. I don't know if I got footage of that. All just things with just different uses to customize as you see fit. You can even carry two at a time, so you can mix and match if you like, and they have like super attacks, which is pretty neat. And you also have 3 loadouts that you can swap between on the fly, so that's pretty cool. But anyway, the story's about this girl named Lunais, I'm not entirely sure, who's selected to be the new time messenger. I have no idea what that means. Maybe it was in the random documents and history logs dotted throughout the game, but it has something to do with time travel. Obviously, I feel like if you get a game called Timespinner, you should probably expect time travel at some point. There's this big magic time machine called the Timespinner, and there seemed to be some kind of tradition in her village that requires someone to use it for something. I really don't know. She gets lost in the past, or an evil army crashes her celebration party and destroys the Timespinner just as she's sent to the past. Now it's up to her to fix the Timespinner and rewrite history so the evil nation army can't hold her back or something. I can't say I'm really all that invested in the story, if you can't tell. It's not bad from what I've seen, but it just feels like it's kind of there, you know? There's nothing particularly fun or noteworthy that I can remember, and I don't find Luna to be a super memorable character. She just kind of feels like that typical upstanding but sassy girl you get when you type modern female protagonist traits in Google and let the algorithm do the rest. That probably sounds rude, but it's not like she's bad. She represents the game itself pretty well, as in it takes a lot of elements from things that are already established and familiar, and doesn't really do anything crazy. There are some glimmers of neat characteristics and relationship dynamics with the cast, but it feels just there. I'm honestly struggling to write any more about this game in terms of both story and gameplay. I think it's a fun game to play, and I do recommend it, especially if you can get it on sale, but there's nothing here that's really sparking my interest and telling you to go play it right now. Like, I never finished Hollow Knight. I don't think I even got very far in it, but I liked that more, even though I'm probably never gonna finish it because it's just so absurdly hard. But I recommend that based on like the animation and just the aesthetic of everything. I think it looks very unique and eye-catching, and the music is just fantastic. Maybe that's just me and what I look for in a game, though. I really don't know. Like I said, I'm not huge on Metroidvania games, but this one isn't bad at all. It's solid platforming action and has really nice detailed pixel art. It just doesn't feel super substantial to me. Maybe someone else who's a bigger fan of the genre would find more enjoyment, or maybe I'd be more into it if I bothered reading through all the lore and notes, but there are a lot of those, and reading all those would just make the pace just absolutely terrible. Either way, I like it enough already to say that you might want to check it out if you like the genre and are looking for something reliable. That's the best word for it.
Wanna put you